Hi Leos, welcome to my channel. This is Yes, and thank you so much for coming by. I first want to say I am so grateful for all of your likes and your shares and your subscribes. If you are interested, I'm going to do a love reading today. And if there's any questions that you have, or if you want to have a private reading, all of that information is in the box below. So let's get started. The first thing is I'm using the Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection by Mike Dooley. And this is the overall, I'm going to keep this for all of the readings, but things are about to get juicy. So we'll leave that here as an overall, and then I actually want to pull one specifically for you, Leos. This is our mid-month, and this is a love reading for you all. This will last as long as you like, but I will do these monthly. So let's say this will be the energy up until Valentine's, okay? So for Leos, what do we have? Love is never in vain. So if we're feeling that we have loved and we're not sure if we're getting all that we desire or deserve from it, just know that the act of loving is never in vain, that we're always learning and we're always growing and experiencing more from that. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to do a Lenormand short spread. This is what I call a quick and dirty. Should call it quick and clean, but quick and dirty. And what I'm looking for are the two significator cards, the male and the female, the masculine and the feminine energies. And I'm looking for the story between them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down the cards quickly until I get to the first significator, and then I'll go from there. We'll see how it goes. All right. So for Leo, here we go. Let's find out where it all begins. That's our beginning. And this will just tell us the whole path. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. So we're just laying out, and I've got my cards flipped, so. That? Really? Okay. I'm looking for the masculine or the feminine card first, and then we'll know where we're going. So there's our female. Okay, so feminine energy is moving towards the masculine. Let's see how this lays out. And I'll pull the cards out one by one so you can all see them. Okay, there we go. We have the feminine to the masculine. All right, feminine energy. Then we move to the whip. Then we move to the scythe. So we have two harsh energies right next to each other, but we'll see what's going to come. The house, the anchor, the birds, the fox, and there's the masculine. All right, so this is how it's going to go. This is the story between you two, okay? So feminine energy is moving towards the masculine because we read left to right in our, how I'm pulling it, okay? So there's something about a self, maybe a self, not necessarily sabotaging, but a feeling of, maybe it's this love and beating oneself up. Love is in vain from the feminine. So the feminine is in a place where she's been beating herself up, kind of not feeling as if she is in her power, and perhaps having given up on love in the past, not feeling connected to moving forward in love. She's very far away from this masculine, not too far, but there is a bridge, a road to go by. Now, what I will say is that this energy seems to be ending. It's moving swiftly into another direction. So if the feminine is watching this, Leo, and you're feeling like you have you're beating yourself up, you haven't felt good about love from where your past has brought you to this present moment. It's changing, and that change is going to come swiftly, and it's going to come in the form of kind of throwing things off a little bit in your home situation or your stability, the stability that you felt that you once had. So you might feel rock solid with your home and your work environment, but not necessarily the love environment. Well, something's going to come in and swiftly change that. And I don't feel it means that you're going to be, losing a home or changing homes. It just means that you're going to feel like all of a sudden life is a little uneasy. It's not as simple and as steady as it once was. And that can be a good thing. When we have a new relationship or a new energy coming in, to kind of knock us off of our feet a bit is totally fine. It may feel uncomfortable because it's new, but just know that it's going to work out. It's going to bring you to this masculine if that's what you're looking for, okay? So there's going to be a swift change of this stable energy that you have once felt at home or at work. This could be a relationship you actually meet at work. There's going to be talk between you two, a conversation, or there's going to be talk around you. So sometimes, even at work situation where somebody will say, oh, have you met so-and-so? And they start kind of moving you towards each other because there's talk around you, setting you up to meet each other. So there can be talk around you that's bringing you two together, or it can just be a conversation that you two have all of a sudden. And again, I'm feeling it's work related. The fox I look at is an entrepreneurial card. So what I will say is that your masculine might be in a position where he is in charge. He may not be your superior, but he is in a superior role at this work situation. Now, if it's not at the workplace, perhaps your masculine works for himself and you meet each other around a business opportunity. So maybe it's a meet and greet or a function like even a conference, something along those lines where you might meet, where there's conversation, and he is in his power of being clever and witty and wise based on this reading, based on his business skills. So once you, the feminine, release this fear of not having the love that you want, things will change, and it's going to be a swift change that's coming forward. There'll be talk between you and this masculine, or around you and this masculine, that bring you together, and he's going to be someone who stands out in his field. Okay, so those are great stuff, great things. Okay, so we'll see what else is coming up for you. I'm going to use both of these decks. I have the Line Strider and I have the, what one was this one? This is the Klimt Tarot. So I'm going to use one for you and one for the masculine. I'm saying you, excuse me, one for the feminine and one for the masculine. And we're going to lay out what's going on, and we'll go from there. I did pre-shuffle. I do want to shuffle a little bit more for you. So this is our feminine deck. And we'll see what's going on for the Leo feminine. Okay, that's our beginning. And before I pull, I want to get the masculine set up too. Okay, cards. Okay, sometimes they jump. We all know this. I try not to read the jumpers unless they flip, and then the reading gets going. Okay. I think we're there. All right. Okay, so for the feminine, we have the Tower. This makes sense because where we were coming from, there's some kind of feeling that things are not going the way that you wanted them to. This is where we're at present. Things are kind of they may feel like a mess. It's something that you may not have been able to control. and life is kind of is shifting for you. Now, this can be as dramatic as you want it to be. I personally feel like it doesn't have to be. You know, we don't have to look at the cards as gloom and doom and extremes. So this can be just a shifting again of what once felt stable doesn't feel stable anymore. It can be an internal shift that was brought on by an external situation. Okay. Now, for the masculine, we have, and this is the in reverse, we have the Two of Swords. Well, let me show you this because it's beautiful. The Two of Swords, and it was in reverse. So the masculine is in a place where the need to make a decision is there. It needs to be clear and concise with words. However, there's a hang up with that, making that choice, and we'll find out what that hang up is, what's coming next. Okay, so going back to the feminine for the Tower, I'm going to pull the 3 cards. So here's our story. All right, so we have the 9 of Wands in reverse. We have the Hangman upright, and we have the Devil upright. Okay, so the 9 of Wands means that there has been a fight, a struggle to get to a place of feeling secure. We have this issue, this theme of security and stability happening for the feminine right now. So right now, you're, if you're in the feminine, you're hoping to get to a place where you feel secure and you can stop this struggle, but you're still taken by the struggle currently. And this can mean that, you know, you're trying to be okay with giving love, with receiving love, with even just the home situation and feeling stable. So getting to a place where you want to feel secure, but you're stagnant, you're stuck in it. Okay. Now, and again, this is present. We're moving, we're pushing through this, but we're stuck in this situation of feeling unstable and not secure in the struggle. Okay. Now, how do we get past this? And this is Capricorn energy here. Maybe there's a Capricorn coming in, but what we need to do to get past this is moving into Capricorn energy is about hard work. It's about contribution. It's about looking the situation straight in reality for what it is and making the choices to move through it, not being in illusion, not wishing it was anything better, but actually doing the work to move past it. So what the cards are suggesting here is take a look at how things are. Take a look at what is really changing around you, and then decide for yourself what you're going to do and move forward clearly with action. Okay, because this is, this is earth energy. It's about looking at things and it's about hard work, but the changes do occur when you do work through them. Okay, it's not about talking your way through, it's not about feeling your way through. Those are the other elements. We're talking specifically about working our way through. And if it is that we need to work through a love situation from the past and release that, if it's about feeling like we're worthy of love and we need to release that, whatever the struggle that's keeping you stuck, we need to release it. We need to actually do the physical work to move past that. And if that's just, leaving it behind, writing it out in a journal and burning those pages, whatever that physical work is, that's what needs to be done to move you through so that you can be ready to meet your masculine. Okay, so now let's look at the masculine's path, I guess I should say. Okay, we have a lot of reversals here. So the Death card is in reverse. I should turn that because it's really pretty. So we have the Death card that's in reverse. We have the 9 of Cups, which is in reverse. So our Wishing card is in reverse. And we have, I didn't look at it. This is the Star card that's also in reverse. So let me tell you a little bit about reversals. The energy's on the table, which means that it's possible to turn all of these right side up. It's possible to make all of this work out. It's always possible. But right now, things are upturned. Things are internalized. The situation is not moving forward because there's a struggle that's an internal that's keeping us, again, stagnated. The reversals show that we want to move forward in one way, but there's something that's holding us back from the purity of the energy of that card. And if it's a negative card, we like the reversals. However, there's always a process that we need to go through. So for the masculine here, we have the death card that's in reverse. The death is our Scorpio energy. So there could be a Scorpio involved here. The death is about transformation. It's about endings and transformation and moving through the hard, tough, shadowy, deep parts of ourselves. So this is a very internalized card. The masculine seems to be in an internal place, very similar to the feminine, where the masculine is moving through something that's been a deep feeling of loss and separation in order to move through and get to the light. So just being deep in this, and I understand, it's winter time, and sometimes we do go into an internal place where we want to uncover the light again. So the masculine is very much in this process. The Eight of Cups, excuse me, I said it was the Nine of Cups earlier. It's the Eight of Cups in reverse. So the 8, similar to the 9, but it's moving towards the satisfaction. However, it's in reverse, and 8 is about leaving something behind. So the masculine is really struggling to leave something behind. We did talk about it could be a potential old love affair that felt like it was a vain situation, like, you loved in all the ways that you could, but it didn't work out. So it could be that the masculine is struggling to leave this situation behind, to leave the feeling of vanity, to feel the feeling of a love loss behind. But there is a desire to leave, but again, it's a stagnation, very similar to the feminine energy here. And then ultimately we have the Stars card, and the Stars is about destiny. It's about dreams come true. There's so much to be said about the Star card and what we want it to be, right? We want to see the stars connected to beautiful cards. We want to feel illuminated by the stars. And because it's in reverse, it shows that the masculine is wanting to get to this place where it's upright, wants to be blessed by the universe and feel that everything's going to be okay, and that life is destined, and that this new relationship, if they're the next one coming in, is going to be destined. So what's beautiful about this is that the masculine sees that this energy is possible. It's just that right now the masculine's working through this other energy, this stagnation and this transformation, in order to get to the place where the dreams can come true. Okay, so it's very similar for both masculine and feminine. It does feel like once we release, this is the issue, once we release these issues, then something will open up for us so that we can then meet that next relationship. And that next relationship is someone who, from the earlier cards it was showing us, it's someone who is, who knows who they are, who is looked highly upon in business, and once we get through this issue, this last love issue, is someone who will meet us in that same way. They will meet us at our level, and we want to clear this energy so that we can meet them at the place where it's an even place, not necessarily that we're still working through things, because we want to be at our best for the next person. So I hope this resonates for you, Leo. There's a lot of good coming. We just have to process, and we have to release some things, and this is all temporary. This is all us moving forward. So please let me know if this resonates. I really hope that it does. I wish you all the best this month. I'll see you next month for your monthlies, as well as the love reading for what is coming up for Valentine's Day. So I wish you all the best, and I'm sending you all my love.